But by December 20th, December of 2020, there's a paper by Glukliakos and colleagues that said we had clear and convincing evidence that early treatment at home was saving lives.
Absolutely.
Clear and convincing.
Absolutely.
P-values, very, very small p-values, less than clear and convincing. The question on the table is, why did the U.S. government or no government in the world adopt a protocol for early treatment at home? Not a single one.
Because I think it was going to be effective, and they didn't want it to be effective.
Do you want to get controversial with it? Population control. They allowed the weak to die.
Now you've done more autopsy studies than anybody else on COVID deaths, right? Can you?
Well, I've certainly examined more autopsies, and I have a lot of experience in pathology. I was in pathology for many years at Baylor for our review of autopsy cases. And so we were literally holding human hearts with one of the leading cardiac pathologists, William Roberts, who sadly has passed away. But we started to see the literature coming in on the vaccines, and sporadic autopsies were published very early on. Someone would take a vaccine and die of a blood clot shooting to the lungs. And the conclusion of the paper was, well, it's not due to the vaccine. Well, because early on they didn't know the vaccine produced the spike protein, and the spike protein itself causes blood clots. We now know the spike protein is physically in the blood clots. It causes blood clots. For sure, this little thing causes blood clots. And when you take the vaccine, a massive amount of this protein is loaded in the body. We now have evidence from a patient of mine in a manuscript under preparation where it's 3.2 years after the shots, he had circulating spike protein in his bloodstream.
So let me understand this correctly, doctor. COVID itself does cause blood clots.
Yes.
But the vaccine spikes the blood clots and basically turns it into a super virus at this point, or a super killer.
It's astonishing observation that 2/3 of the world population took a shot. In the United States, 94% of them, of that 2/3, took Pfizer Moderna. And we believe today that they are carrying spike protein, a killer protein devised in a Chinese biosecurity lab, in their bloodstream today.
And they don't know when it'll hit.
We don't know when and where it'll hit. We know there's an accumulation over time. We see public figure after public figure having cardiac arrests. The messenger RNA vaccine and the spike protein are found in the human heart at autopsy. Crossan and colleagues from Harvard has described that. Bowmeyer sampled the heart and found the spike protein in the heart. We reviewed the autopsies, all of them available, re-adjudicated them based on modern knowledge, and we concluded that 73.9% of these deaths after the vaccine were directly due to the vaccine. And I presented that under oath in the U.S. Senate.
And how do you know it's directly due to the vaccine? Because it could be just like before, for example, right? Or before, meaning during COVID, when a patient would die at the hospital, cause of death, COVID. But typically on a death worksheet, there's 2 to 3 different lines we fill out. One is minutes, sometimes months, sometimes years, depending on, right? Usually cardiovascular is the minutes, and then years could be COPD or whatever the other comorbidities are or cause of death. But during COVID, it was always cause of death, COVID, if the patient happened to have COVID during death. So now with you studying these autopsies, the 320 some that you reviewed, how are you certain it's not just a correlation, it's actually the cause of death?
With the vaccines, we create an evidence table of everything that exists, when they take the shots, what type of shots, when did they die, what was the clinical scenario. Was there a plausible mechanism where the vaccine is proven to cause a problem? So, for instance, the vaccines cause heart damage. It's proven. It's in the package insert. It's not an equivocal call. So if they died of heart damage, and we can see that out of the autopsy, you got it. The vaccines cause blood clots. That's clear. And the vast majority were, by the way, blood clots and heart damage. But you may want to ask, who took the vaccine and died and it wasn't due to the vaccine? That's actually more instructive.
If you enjoyed this short clip, go ahead and click here to watch the full episode. And make sure to click here to subscribe to our channel to watch all other episodes of the WiseNuts podcast.